lock update for you guys, but I am in the process of adding some extensions to my undercut, so I'm trying to wait till I finish that before I do a update for you guys. But welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. My name is Ayana Alicia, and on this channel we do like to talk all things locks, lifestyle, mental health, and family. So if that is something that interests you guys, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you will be made aware of new videos that I upload. So hey guys, like I said before, I know it has been a while since you guys see me. The last video that I did post, you see me partially, but I was doing my daughter's hair. But it's been a while. I do have to do a lock update for you guys, but I am in the process of adding some extensions to my undercut, so I'm trying to wait till I finish that before I do a update for you guys. But just to let you guys know, I am over a year locked now. I believe I am a year and 2 months locked now. Can't believe I haven't combed them out yet. So I think I will be sticking with this lock journey. We'll see. You know me, I'm all for starting a new lock journey. But anyways, so today, I'm just coming on, since I am still currently trying to put my extensions in under my undercut. I'm not going to do a lock update, but what I am going to do is give you 5 lock tips that you should know before you start your locks. These are definitely different things that I wish I would have known before I started my locks, because when I did start my locks, mine was just a trial and error thing. I believe that is the reason why I have started my locks over multiple times, because you know, there's different things that you learn. Even now with this current set, this is my 3rd set since being like out of high school and stuff like that I've started my locks. So I'm just saying this is my 3rd set, and even now I still do research on my hair, and I'm still learning new things about my hair. So yeah, so these are just some of the tips that I wish I would have known before I started. So the first one is that there's not just one way to start your locks. And I'm sure that all of us know this now, because everybody now currently is on this micro lock thing. Sometimes I feel like it's just a trend for some people, but for others, I know it's a reason why they're doing this, but you know, whatever. So there's different ways that you can start them. So of course we have the traditional way of comb coils that we see a lot of people doing, comb coils or finger coils, and that's just where you either take a comb or take your finger and you do one strand, just like a loop with your hair. I'll try to insert pictures of each thing so you can understand what I'm talking about. We also have mini twists. So this current set I do have now, I did start this current set with comb coils. We also have mini twists, which I started my first set of locks that I did on YouTube with mini twists. You can do mini twist, you can do traditional style twist, just twist in general. Your hair will lock up over time. Braids was what I started my last set of locks with. I did mini braids on mine to start my locks, but you can start them at whatever you know, sizing that you want for any of these that I'm mentioning it. And then of course instant locking, which I have seen a lot of people doing instant locking, or either adding extensions like with the pre-made extensions and adding those in with the crochet method to do that. I'm pretty sure I'm probably missing some, but these are just some of the more common ways that we have seen people do them. But they're, you know, as time goes on, we have seen that there are many different other ways that you can start your locks. So definitely do your research on the different methods, how it is maintaining with each method that you're considering doing before just jumping into getting locks. Because one thing I will say that depending on which method that you use to start your locks, that's where the maintenance comes in, and that's where a lot of people get discouraged because they can't do it themselves. For me, it was easier because I do hair, so it didn't really bother me per se, because I learned to adapt with each way that I started my locks. But for people who don't do hair, or either for those who let's say are starting their locks because they have less time to do their hair, which that's kind of why I started my locks. Even though you still have to maintain your locks, don't put that in your mindset like starting locks is going to keep you from, you know, you shouldn't take care of your hair. You still have to take care of your hair. But for me, you know, I didn't go as small as I did when I had my micro, well, when I started with braid locks this time around, was because, for one, I don't like sitting still that long anymore. I still interlock my hair sometimes, which I'm considering going back to actually retwisting. But still, like, depending on how small it is, you may not want to retwist all of those small locks. You may not want to interlock all of those small locks. So just take into consideration your parting, your sizing, and what method you're using to start with. The second thing, and this is a big one for me because this is another reason why I've started my locks multiple times, is your locks will look different over time, meaning they will thicker up as time goes. So when I initially started this set that I have, I actually did do my parting a little, they look smaller than what they do now. I feel like if I would have made them a little bit smaller, then they would have been more, I don't know, they would have been smaller than this. Basically, when I started them, they were smaller and thinner than this, and then now they are a lot thicker. And you know, this set, I really wasn't trying to go this thick, even though somebody would see my locks and wouldn't think that this would be considered thick. But to me, I consider it as thick. But I don't mind it. But just make sure you take that in consideration when you're doing it. Make sure you're doing yours, again, with the parting and the sizing, make sure that you're doing it correct. To note that over time it's going to thicken up. So you need to make sure that your base is strong enough to handle your hair, basically. The third thing is that water is your best friend. It moisturizes as well as help with the locking process. Now, I will say that this is the big thing that's you know, some people in the lock community, they say that you shouldn't wash your hair for 3 to 4 months after getting your locks installed. And, you know, everybody is entitled to their own opinions, but I would have to disagree with that statement as far as not washing your hair, because, yeah, number one, your hair is going to be dirty. And I don't understand. For me personally, I could not walk around without washing my hair for 3 to 4 months. Even when I was a loose natural, I would even co-wash my hair maybe once or twice throughout the week, whether I had a style in or not. And so my hair is already trained to do that. So if I would have tried to have went 3 to 4 months without washing my hair, I couldn't do it. Water is your best friend. Actually, water helps your hair lock. And for me, I think because I do wash my hair as much as I do, I was able to start seeing that my hair was actually matting together and locking quicker than if I had not done that before. And then even now, I still do spray my hair sometimes at night, but mainly in the morning. Just to refresh it, to get it moving and stuff like that, to get it moving and going. I do that. Let's see here. The fourth thing is that your hair density is going to determine how full your locks will be. So if you have lower density hair, you may experience smaller or thinner locks, whereas if you have higher density hair, you will experience thicker or larger locks. So meaning, and this goes back to the fifth thing that I'm going to talk about, but basically what one person's hair looks like, it may not look like that on you because of your hair density. So that's why it's important to do your research so that you can see the different ways that you can start your locks, the different parting systems that you can do for your locks, because depending on the density of your hair, that's going to actually determine how your actual lock will look. Somebody else could have the same amount of locks that you have, but it looks thinner. It looks like they have less hair or less locks on their head than you do, because you could have thicker hair. So that's just one thing that you need to be aware of, that you do know how your hair is, so that you will be able to make the right choices as far as how you're going to start, how you're going to part it, so that your locks can look the way that you want them to look. And so, like I said, the fourth one ties into my last thing, which is beware of lock envy. Everyone's hair is different, so everyone's locks will look different. And that was one of the main things, again, why I combed out my locks plenty of times, was because I was too busy looking at other people's locks. You got to understand that people with curlier hair, their locks are going to be looking different than people who have, like me, I have a mixture of curly and matted type, you know, things going on. So whereas, you know, I would see some girls and I was like, oh my gosh, I wish my hair would look like theirs. There's no way possible that my hair would have ever looked like theirs, because one, I have a different density, I have a different curl pattern. All of that goes into with how your locks are going to look. So definitely don't, I mean, okay, of course it's okay to look at other people's lock journeys just to get inspiration, but don't get too wrapped up in it, looking at somebody else's locks, because then you'll be like, oh man, I need to start over because mine don't look like theirs. Yours may never look like theirs. Everybody's lock journey is different, and I just say go through and appreciate it. Just go through and appreciate your journey. Enjoy every moment of it. And that's what I've been trying to do with this lock journey. Like I said, you know, there still has been moments where I wanted to comb my hair out, but I'm sticking with it this time, because every time I comb my locks out and I go back and look at my pictures, I'll be like, Lord, if I would have just kept my locks and stopped looking at everybody else's, then I would have been okay. So yeah, definitely, you guys, just make sure that, you know, do your research before you start. Don't just jump in blindsided. Know what you want. Make sure, if you're going to get somebody else to do it, make sure that you go to somebody that you're comfortable with and that's going to actually do what it is that you want done for your hair. Because, you know, a lot of time we're seeing in the hair community, not just with the locks, lock stylists, but you know, in the hair community, that a lot of times stylists won't do your hair exactly how you want it. So make sure you do your research, go to consultations, make sure that you're comfortable with the person that is doing your hair, and even if you're doing it yourself, you know, make sure that you're comfortable with what you're doing and do it to how you want it and how you feel comfortable with your hair being. So again, that was just 5 lock tips to know before you do start to lock your hair. I will see you guys on my next video. Make sure you guys subscribe, like the video, share, and leave me a nice little comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.